And that is your first message. So you actually have the number 10. 10s are about ending one cycle and starting another. So at the same time, it is an ending, it is a beginning, because 10 reduces to 1. So this is kind of the energy of new beginnings, the energy of the magician, the energy of manifestation. You might be at a time of, I want to say, like, pivot for some reason. You might be at a time where things are shifting for you, where one cycle is closing out and something new is beginning. And this could be kind of confirmation and encouragement about that. So this affirmation on this card is, I am ingenious, and it says, you have great leadership skills. Your mind is sharp and allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details, then direct others how to carry things out. So, wow, I feel like your intuition be trying to tell you that you have what it takes. And it's funny because that's kind of the energy of the magician as well. You have all of the tools that you need. You have maybe all of the training that you need to be successful, and that you really are more of a leader than you might give yourself credit for. Your ideas are more unique than you might give yourself credit for. So this is kind of confirmation of that. If you've had kind of an intuitive feeling that you might want to step into some kind of leadership role, or you might want to make some kind of change, step out on a new path, a new journey. This could be about taking a new direction in your life when it comes to career, when it comes to even maybe where you live. This could be about that. Sorry, the camera's freaking out. This could be about maybe making some kind of change when it comes to that, being at this time of pivot and kind of trusting yourself. So let's see what else we have for you. To come out. So we have 99 or 99. This card says, I am courageous. So I'm feeling a lot of energy for you guys that, like, something might be ending, and you might be kind of on the verge of stepping into a new path, a new role, something like that, and maybe needing a little bit of courage to do that, but trusting that your ideas, trusting that your inspiration will guide you through this. I'm also kind of hearing that your intuition is trying to tell you that even if you hit new obstacles, you will know how to solve these problems. And not only is your intuition trying to tell you that, but your intuition is also saying you will intuitively know how to solve these problems. So tapping into your intuition will help you to be able to overcome new obstacles as you set out on this new path. This card says, it is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. Gosh. You guys are, like, giving me the vibe that you're about to do something big. Potentially, like, you're about to even do something that scares you a little bit. That maybe you weren't sure if you were ready for, but your intuition is telling you that you are. We have the number 6, I am nurturing. Your heart, this card says your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. Wow. Okay. Let's start by saying that these numbers can be numbers that reassure you as you continue on your journey. So these might be numbers to look out for. These could even be numbers that you have seen on repeat for quite some time here. 6s talk about a lot of stability. So this can be about finding stability. This could be your intuition telling you that it's going to be okay. It's going to be stable. Even if you make this shift, this transition, things will be stable. You will be provided for. And I feel like that's important to say because I think you must be the type of person that makes sure that other people are provided for, make sure that other people are taken care of. And this is kind of a message from your guides and also your intuition telling you that you will be provided for, you will be taken care of as well. I feel like for some of you, you might be looking to make some sort of shift when it comes to your your career or your stability. So if this is about making a big move or changing jobs in a way that you might worry about if you will be financially okay if you were to make this decision, will you be financially provided for? Your intuition is telling you yes. Your intuition is telling you you will be able to support your family. You will be able to care for those that you love, even though you might be a little bit scared right now. But we also have this I am courageous energy. So there's a bravery behind this, and there's kind of, I'm getting the feeling that your intuition is telling you to believe in yourself. This might have something to do with a career or a pursuit or passion in the healing arts, even if this is spiritual healing. So this might be some kind of like herbal thing, or like a medical thing, or like a Reiki thing. It could be like spiritual advice and guidance, counseling or something like that. There might be something that you want to pursue where you're using your ability to heal. And there might even be a question about whether this will be a prosperous path for you. And your intuition is telling you yes. Your intuition is telling you you can come up with ways to make this very lucrative for yourself. You can come up with ingenious ideas to make this something different, to make what you offer something different. And that you will be able to provide, you will be cared for. So we'll kind of come back to those messages as this reading unfolds and see what's going on here. And if anything else comes to mind, I will shout it out. I'm kind of hearing that for some of you regarding a relationship, your intuition is telling you that you have provided some sort of nurturing or some sort of care for somebody that's unlike anything they've experienced before. Your intuition is telling you that this makes you stand out from the crowd, that your heart is what's making you stand out from the crowd for this person. What does your intuition want you to know? You guys are full of ideas. Like, that just keeps coming through. You are full of ideas. Page of Swords. Full of ideas, I'll say again. The Page of Swords is about, it can be about ideas. It can be about pursuing ideas. It can be about, funny thing is, the Page of Swords can be about volunteer work, and we were talking about like these gifts and the healing arts. So this might be not necessarily that you want to volunteer your services, although some of you might, but it could be that this is like your way of giving, like this nurturing nature that you have about yourself is your way of giving. But yeah, information. Like, I feel like you guys are thirsty for and soaking up a lot of information. I don't know if I want to take this. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Interesting, because I was thinking of the Six of Pentacles when you had the Six. So again, stability, equal give and take. Let's keep shuffling. What is your intuition trying to tell you? I'm also, again, getting this message of you will be provided for. Take that as it resonates. Oh, and there's the Magician. We were talking about the Magician, and we have the Lovers. I love that, especially under the I am nurturing card. We'll get one more. There's definitely an energy that you will be provided for, that something will be lucrative. Maybe that someone will be taking care of you, nurturing you, providing something for you. This could even be about the desire to get funding for a project, to get a loan. And then the Ace of Pentacles comes out. So if that's not funding or a loan, I don't really know what it is. I see a lot of money coming towards you guys, and your intuition is telling you so. We have the Nine of Cups here. So the Nine of Cups kind of represents wishes coming true, material abundance, good health even. Yeah. Your intuition is telling you that something is going to go right for you. And it might be like hard for you to accept that because it could be a little bit scary. We were talking about being at this point where you might be closing out one cycle and moving on to something else. And like you may have mastered all of the challenges that you faced in your previous cycle, whatever this might have been. This could have been your previous career, your previous relationship, or just the previous phase of life that you were at. And now you're at something new, which is like really exciting, but at the same time, you don't know what challenges are going to arise. So your intuition is telling you that this is going to be okay, that you have enough ideas, enough inspiration, enough knowledge, and just like smarts in general. I feel like for some of you, this is like you have street smarts. You can think on your feet enough for you to be able to overcome any challenges that you face, even if it's a brand new situation. For some of you, this has to do with finances. This has to do with maybe a switch in career, or getting the money that you need for something, or just being provided for in general. So this might not be that you need money for a particular reason, but this could just be kind of the faith that you are going to have more, that you're going to have more than enough. Leaving behind kind of like a scarcity mindset and knowing that this abundance is coming your way. You have the Magician right at the center of your reading, and we were talking about that energy with I am ingenious, number 10, reducing down to a 1, which is the Magician. This is the energy that you're in, and it's like intuitively you know that you have everything that you need to be able to succeed in whatever it is that you are pursuing. Intuitively you know that. Your intuition is trying to tell you that, and to not let those doubts creep in. The Magician has all of the tools needed to cast any spell, to manifest anything, to move in any direction. There's infinite possibilities, there's infinite potential with the Magician. And that's really the space that you're in. At the beginning, we know there's infinite potential, and sometimes that's what makes it scary. But it just feels like you have what it takes. So this might be that, let's say for example, you studied for years to do a particular thing, and now you're coming up on the time where you're going to start to work in your field. And you might have a little bit of nerves about that, even though you have studied and you've worked hard and you've earned your degree or you've gotten your training or whatever. You might have a little bit of like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do it. And your intuition is telling you, you have everything you need. You learned everything that you needed to learn. And now you are ready to put that into practice, and you can trust that. You can know that you are knowledgeable enough, that you are good enough. And this is kind of the feeling of like, you will be compensated for your efforts, whatever that means to you. For some of you, that is financially. You want to care for and nurture people. You want to put your knowledge to work for people, and you will be compensated financially. For others of you, this is about reciprocation in a relationship. We have the Lovers card here, the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. This is about starting something new with someone. It doesn't really have to be new, but the Ace of Pentacles, it does bring a feeling of newness. So there's either an actual new relationship or there's some kind of revived or revitalized relationship here. And your intuition is telling you about this. So for some of you, there's a new start on the horizon for you in love and romance, or there's a new partnership here for you. I want to touch on that separately because that message is coming through really, really clear. Let's just hit on this love thing for a second, because I think that your intuition is telling you, for some of you, that there's a new love right around the corner. There's a match, a perfect match for you right around the corner, and you might even know who this person is. And it might be that you don't know this person well, or you haven't spent a lot of time around this person, you haven't spoken to this person in a long time, but you have an intuitive feeling that this is right for you, that this is like something you want to build with. We have a lot of energy of 1 with the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, and the 10, which reduces to a 1. So there's so much here about new beginnings and potential. I feel like your intuition is talking to you a lot about anything in your life that has a lot of potential or that hasn't quite started yet, but you're right in those beginning phases. Now, the Lovers can also talk about partnership in a non-romantic sense. So this could be about a business partnership. You did have Pentacles come out for you twice here, and this could be about the perfect business partnership. For some of you, this is about funding, or this is about partnering with somebody who has the funds to further your vision, because I'm seeing you here as the magician. I'm seeing you as somebody who might have all of the knowledge, all of the know-how, all of the recipes, all of whatever it might be, the skill, but maybe not the funding to begin, or maybe not the like the technical savvy to begin whatever might be required. And this is really showing me that you're going to receive that help. Someone's going to come into your life in the perfect partnership that is either going to give you the funding you need, or they're going to take over the technical aspects of the business or the project, so that you can just pursue the artistic part or whatever it might be for you. But I am seeing you as having all of the tools, and that includes the money, because the magician has everything that he needs, and also the pentacles, like that's included in what they need. So it's like your intuition is telling you that even if one piece is missing, and for some of you this might be a financial piece, even if this financial piece is missing, or whatever this is, maybe it's a piece about health or a piece about stability, whatever piece you might think is missing is coming toward you, because the magician has it all, and you do too. You are the magician. You are starting out with all of this potential. Okay. There's a lot about knowledge here. There's a lot about communication here. Your intuition might be telling you to communicate with somebody to gain more information about a situation that could be troubling you. I feel like for a lot of you, your intuition is telling you to take some sort of chance, take some sort of leap. And this really could have to do with a romantic connection where you're taking this chance. This could also be about business, though. It's actually, I think this is going to be, you might find yourself in both camps here, or one or the other, because the messages regarding love and romance, and also some kind of business or some kind of financial advancement, those are coming through pretty strong. But I see you here with this Nine of Cups energy, having your wishes fulfilled. So it's like your intuition is telling you your wish is going to be fulfilled regarding whatever it is you might be at the beginning phases of, on the cusp of pursuing. Let's take a look under this Nine of Cups, the Page of Cups. Again, more page energy, and pages are about beginnings. They're about starting something new, starting on a new path. The Page of Cups is about believing in sometimes the unlikely, believing in the miraculous thing, believing in something that doesn't seem possible, or that most people wouldn't think is possible. And there's a reason to have that belief, because it absolutely is possible for you. I am ingenious. So there might be something that I feel like for some of you, somebody may have tried to make you doubt something, or some circumstance may have made you doubt something. And this is really encouragement to just continue along that path. You're right at the beginning of something, and I wish I knew specifically what it was, but there's no way I can know that because it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for all of you. But there's something that you're right at the beginning of. You're ending one cycle, stepping into a new cycle, or contemplating stepping into that new cycle, and the energy behind it is so encouraging. Your intuition is telling you to be brave, and telling you that you have what it takes to do this. Gosh. I just also feel like your intuition is telling you that there's money coming, and I don't really even know why that would be. It could be that you are exploring like more positive thinking, and you're actually attracting money in abundance your way. It could be that you're waiting on some money, somebody owes you money, or there's a settlement coming through, or you're gonna be able to cash out an account or something, and it's like intuitively you know that this is going to happen, like it's going to move in your favor, because you're going to be supported. You will be Like what you need will be supplied is how it's coming through. And intuitively you know this. Even if it's that you need this partnership, you need this connection, your intuition is telling you it's right. This is soulmate type of stuff here. This is soulmate twin flame energy. Your relationship might be unconventional or something, kind of with this energy that I'm getting from the number 10. Your relationship might be unconventional, but it's like, it works. Something about it works. So yeah, take that as it resonates. Let's get your oracle messages because we are going to be using a lot of decks. So let's get started. And we'll see how these oracle messages tie into the tarot messages and potentially kind of expand things. Might bring more clarity to what we're seeing in the tarot. So what is your intuition trying to tell you? We have the Camel Boy. This card says small steps and asking for help. Six of Pentacles energy, with that asking for help, I can see how that's tying in, because the Six of Pentacles can talk about either you or someone else being generous and kind of offering that assistance. So this could be that you need to delegate, and you could have had kind of an intuitive knowing about that. You need to hire somebody to do the tasks that you don't know how to do or that you don't want to do, because you might want to be in the energy of like staying in your genius zone, stay in the area that you like, that you can succeed in the most, where you can make the most impact. This could be about asking for help from your angels, from your guides. And this can also be that kind of feeling of like that money coming in or that loan coming in, whatever it is. But yeah, I get the feeling that whatever assistance you need, you're gonna get, and you have kind of intuitively picked up on that. Like, some part of you knows that you will be getting this assistance. This card says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, you know, with this new cycle thing, like I was kind of saying, it could be that this brand new cycle that you're going through, it could scare you a little bit. It could intimidate you a little bit. It's new, so that's totally understandable. It might just be that you're unfamiliar with this new area. We have last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. I was just talking about like potentially needing to stay in your genius zone, whatever that means for you. There might be certain things that you don't need to be doing, that you don't know how to do, that you don't want to spend your time doing, that don't benefit you. And you might need to kind of reflect on what's a priority for me to do myself, and what can I have somebody else do? What can I ask for help with? Because it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. And this can be help from like your friends, your family members. And this can also be about hiring somebody to help you, hiring somebody who has more knowledge about something and just letting them take care of it. What else do we have? Okay. So we have, let me let you see it. We have the Dignified card with Strength, number 13. Super interesting. Super interesting, because the number 13 on the Dignified card is really making me think of the 13 in tarot, which is the Death card. And the Death card symbolizes change and transformation. And we're kind of talking about that because we're talking about you being on the cusp of a new chapter in your life. I want to come back to that energy, but I just want to pull your last oracle and see what else your intuition is trying to tell you. We have ask and receive. Ask and receive. Asking for help. Asking the universe for that money, for that guidance, for that relationship to work out, whatever it might be. That's the message here. Your intuition is telling you that you can ask. that it's safe to ask for help and that you can actually get that help. Your intuition is telling you that. Let's come back to this energy of 13 because it's really drawing my attention. So like we were talking about, the death card in the tarot is number 13. And the death card, although it's like a feared card, this is actually, in my opinion, a really positive card. It can be an uncomfortable energy because it's the energy of transformation, which is always kind of uncomfortable. But it's positive because it's about transformation, and we need to transform. We need to grow. That's kind of what we're here to do. So this is giving me that energy. And the death card actually follows the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is number 12 in the major arcana, and the Hanged Man is really about contemplating something. The Hanged Man really represents a time of pause. It's a period of reflection and contemplation. So you might have been in that energy of contemplating something, or your intuition may be telling you that an area of your life requires some more thought or some more soul searching before you make a final decision about it. This could be past energy, this could be present energy. You have the last quarter moon in Aquarius. I'm getting so far ahead of myself. Let me take a breath. Whew, this was happening in reading 1 too. There's so many messages, and it's like such exciting energy that my mouth doesn't move fast enough. You have this last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. So something in your life may need to change or be reevaluated, and your intuition is telling you to take the time that's required in order for you to figure out what you really want, what's truly important to you, what actions support your values and feel really authentic to you. I feel like this, for most of you, is past energy because I see you. Oh, this might not be past energy. It's going to depend on where you are. If we imagine okay, let me try to make this visual that I'm having like come out in words. If we imagine 10 being the end of the cycle and 1 being the beginning of a new cycle, there's like a space in between, and there's also a time when we're kind of not in either the 10 energy or the 1 energy. We might be in this area of kind of hanging in between, that Hanged Man energy, trying to figure out what just happened and what we would like to have happen next. So some of you might be firmly in the energy of 10, closing out an old cycle. Some of you might be firmly in the energy of 1, starting something new. And others of you might be somewhere in between, like figuring out where you want to go next, trying to sort through what's going on. Because there's definitely this energy of like something new is about to start. I feel like intuitively you know what that something is, but you might not be completely ready to dive right into it. There might be something else you want to figure out. You might want to know for sure that this is the direction you want to go in and kind of build up your confidence in that area. That could be why you're in that in-between energy. It might be that you're kind of facing a decision that will mean that something in your life has to change. That's how I'm feeling about this. It's interesting because the energy of change was coming out so much in reading 1, but this is different. It's like there is something changing here, but it feels different. This doesn't feel like something that's like suddenly going to change. This feels like a very conscious choice that you would be making to change something about an important area of your life. Like maybe getting into this relationship is going to change a lot, and it's almost like you're gearing up to do it. I feel like most of you know that you're going to do whatever this is. Like you feel determined to start this business, or you feel sure that this relationship is coming in, but there might just be a little bit of like needing a little bit of a boost before you start doing this. I was getting a message earlier, and I'm trying to figure out where that fits, because I think some of you might have children or a family that depends on you, somebody that you are used to providing for, and there might be a change that you need to make for your own happiness or for the pursuit of your own dreams. And you could worry about how that's going to affect everyone involved, because you still want to take care of everyone, and you might worry about how that's going to affect everyone involved. And your intuition is telling you it's going to be fine. Your intuition is telling you that as long as you keep your priorities in mind and kind of let everything else go that doesn't fall into those top priorities, you're going to be just fine. But I see this taking a lot of courage to start out on this new path. This is really interesting. I feel like maybe something is going to demand more of your attention than it has in the past, or it's going to potentially become a larger part of your focus than it has in the past, and that might scare you a little bit. But I feel you guys like going on this journey anyway, knowing that ultimately you're going to do it anyway, and like you're kind of excited about it, but maybe a little bit tentative. This is just about taking the time to know that you have you're going to have ample time and energy to devote to this person or to this project. Make sure it's what you really want, that it's in line with your priorities, and that it's in line with your end goal before you commit yourself to something. Your intuition is telling you to review all of that, I think. Your intuition is telling you to maybe slow down and just ask for the guidance that you need about this. Because I do see something in your life is about to change. For the better, for sure. But there might be some things you want to gain more clarity about with this Page of Swords. Gain a little bit more clarity about it so that you can feel more confident going forward. Some of you may fear how much things are going to change for you as you transform. Because intuitively, you know that this shift is going to force you to grow in some way. That it's going to kind of alter the course of your life and of your journey. Your guides want you to know that you can absolutely ask them for help whenever you need it. Even if you feel like you need guidance about the smallest little thing. I'm getting that energy from the camel boy. It's like you can ask for help even about something that seems so stupid, and they just want to remind you about that. If you need guidance about what to eat for breakfast in the morning, they want you to know that that's not silly. They're willing to help you even with things that seem very trivial. And I'm hearing this because I'm hearing that some of you are kind of facing decision fatigue at times. So like there's so many choices that you have to make in life. There's so many details that you have to attend to between whatever it is you have going on, your household, your work, your studies, your relationships. Sometimes it can just feel like there's a lot on your plate. So asking for help and like being willing to let that help come to you is really important. Because sometimes it's hard for us to get ourselves to ask for the help in the first place, but as difficult as that may be, receiving the help is like even harder. Letting someone help or seeing the guidance and seeing the messages can be even harder. So it's important to really center yourself. Your intuition may have been telling you to slow down a little bit and to listen, to meditate, or whatever you do to quiet your mind. That practice is going to clear a lot of things up for you. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that like knowledge or having all of the information about something is really important to you. So your intuition is telling you to maybe take a little bit more time to make sure that you have all of the information. Just to feel like equipped with the information is how it's coming through. Not that you might be missing something, but that you're just going to feel better. And it might be that in this transition phase, you just need to like slow down. I feel like some of you, your intuition is telling you that before you hop into the next thing, you've closed that one cycle, before you jump right into the other, maybe you need to take a little bit. And you could have even noticed this if you're just like experiencing a lot of fatigue and you're just feeling overwhelmed by things. It could be because you're just taking on too much, and your intuition kind of knows that. You're taking on too much, you're ending one thing and jumping right into something else, or at times maybe even jumping into something before something else has fully closed out. Yeah, I'm getting that energy with the 10 and the 99 because I'm thinking 99 is right before 100, which is kind of giving me the same energy as 10. But it's not 100. Like, it's not done yet. So it might be just taking on too many things at once. Your intuition is telling you, slow down before you jump right into the next thing. I feel like for a lot of you, your intuition is like telling you to not only to gain this clarity, but also to just take things one step at a time. That you can do this, that you can make these changes, or you can jump into this new thing in small increments. You don't have to change everything overnight. Your guides are saying that you, even like if it comes to a meditation practice or something, you don't have to meditate for like an hour. You can just take 5 minutes to quiet your mind, and the results are going to compound over time. Your intuition is trying to tell you to play to your strengths with this dignified card, that there might be an opportunity for you or a path that you want to pursue because it comes very naturally and very effortlessly to you. And you feel very drawn toward it. Your intuition is trying to tell you that you are strengthened when you're on the path of least resistance. That might be what this number 1 is about. It might be that this next path that you need to jump on needs to be the path of least resistance. When you're on your true path, when you're using your God-given talents and abilities, it's like you're supercharged. It's almost like that feeling of like when people say like, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It's like that feeling. Like, you will be working, but it won't feel like it. So I feel like maybe some of you are coming out of a cycle where you felt like you were just going uphill. Like, everything was really difficult. You might have been doing things that weren't in line with your highest good, your true self, or it was just obstacle after obstacle, and you're about to start on this new path, and your intuition's telling you to do this differently, to make sure that this new path is what you really truly want, to make sure that it plays to your strengths so that it's not an uphill battle the entire time. This might be about making a decision between something that seems right and a decision between something that seems right and something that feels right. So I hope that like that distinction is coming through, because it's like asking you, what are your true priorities? What's really important to you? What feels right to you? What's in alignment with your higher self? It might be a little bit scary to ask yourself these questions and to like come up with the answers, but the thing that feels right may also be intimidating in some way. And this is kind of about taking baby steps toward your dreams, to just make a little bit of progress, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, until it's actually happening. Your guides want you to put any fear that you're having about whatever the situation is into perspective, and they want you to look at your fear through a different lens and realize that a lot of times we feel fear when it comes to things that we really want in life, things that we're really passionate about. So rather than hide from our fear, we can instead use our fear as a guide that lets us know what is truly important to us. When we are afraid to do something, a lot of times that's because it's something that we really want to do, something we really want. If we didn't really want it, then we wouldn't have like a whole bunch of fear around it. We wouldn't even bother to be scared about it because we don't care. So that's kind of the message that your guides are trying to point out to you. So they're saying to reframe the fear. Maybe you could view your fear as excitement. Ask what your fear is trying to tell you. Kind of look at the potential here, look at the possibilities. Like, isn't this exciting? Doesn't this make you feel alive? Kind of reframing it that way. You may have had an intuitive hit to write more things down in order to like stay more organized. So your intuition might have been telling you to use a planner to start breaking some of your larger goals into smaller pieces. So taking those big dreams and those aspirations and making them more bite-sized so that they don't seem overwhelming. And that this could be confirmation that yes, you should start putting things into writing. You should get your ideas out of your head and onto paper, because that's going to allow you to free up mental space. There's like a lot of messages coming through for you guys. Yeah, let's close out your reading with some advice. There was just so much here. So much here. I feel like you guys, your intuition is telling you that like your next step, this next chapter of your journey is about to be so exciting and like so in line with what you want, but you have to be sure that you are moving from a place of priority so that you know you're prioritizing the right things. You're prioritizing the things that are really going to make you happy and feel fulfilled. So let's look at the cards that flipped over. So we have patience here. I do feel like this is a very relevant message for those of you who might be at the end of one phase and starting another. There might be this energy of needing to kind of refocus and regroup before you jump into the next thing, and just be patient with that. Like, don't feel like you have to just rush in. We have intuition, which is very appropriate. Follow your intuition. If your intuition says to rest, if your intuition says to contemplate this, if your intuition says to maybe take a break in between projects, do so. Think it through. Wow, you guys. I don't know why you have so many cards, but we're gonna take them. We have mastery. That's that energy of 10. You've already you've come so far, you've mastered certain things, and now it's time for you to move on to that next phase. We have prove it, and we have the dream as well. To me, prove it means jump right in there and prove that this can be done. So your next cycle, this next phase might have something to do with you diverging from the path that you thought you were going to. And there might even be some people or some aspects of your own thoughts that question whether this is possible for you. Questions if you can have all of this, if you can have this great love or this successful business or whatever it might be. And the only way you're going to be able to prove that to yourself is to do it, to be sure and to do it. And this is about tapping into that ultimate dream. So yeah, your guides are pointing you back toward remember the dream. Remember the vision that you had when this whole thing started. Remember that. And that could be because you almost got off track from that dream, or you're about to take a step that's not the dream. So this is evaluate these priorities. Ask yourself, what was it that I was trying to do, what I was trying to accomplish, what feeling was I trying to create, what was the dream, and does this action line up with it? This can also refer to an actual dream that you had at some point, and this could be kind of a little bit of an indication to remember that, go back to that, remember that dream you had, that kind of thing, because you might have had a dream that pretty much spelled it out for you, that really made you visualize this very clearly, and this is just confirmation of that. Go back to that energy. So yeah, that was a ton. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this reading, if any of these messages resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon.